Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and today we're going to do some more work on the old 1755. It needs a little, wait a minute, something's not right here. What's going on? What happened to my 1755? This isn't mine. This thing is a total piece of shit. Okay, that's more like it. This is my 1755, but that's not what we're going to work on today. We are going to work on this other 1755, which was sold brand new in this county, and supposedly it is the first 1755 sold in this county, and it has an extremely low serial number. I can't remember how low it is, but I think it was within the first 100. I remember when I looked it up several years ago. I've done several things to this tractor over the years. What started my career with it, I guess, the transmission had a broken shift fork and they couldn't find anybody to work on it. They had an old retired Oliver mechanic work on it, and after looking at some of the stuff he did, it was obvious that he was pretty well over turning wrenches, because he just slapped stuff together. And then shortly after he was done, the shift rail broke, and there the tractor sat. So that's what I started doing. We had the motor out of it before. I've worked on that. Put a new head gasket on it at one time, which I see is holding up nicely. And so this whole thing has probably got in the neighborhood of 20,000 hours on it. I mean, it has been all over. It is well worn, but it still runs like a champ. But the problem that we are having ever since working on that transmission, while I had it apart, I fixed a bunch of leaks on it, and ever since then it's been blowing this loop line every so often. And it's kind of a puzzle, and that's something that's hard to diagnose if you're not the one running it and not there when it happens. So we're gonna do some careful checking and make sure that absolutely every line is in the right place. That maybe the guy before me didn't crisscross something and I didn't catch it when I had it apart, because they didn't get to use it very much when he was done with it. So that is a possibility maybe. The only other thing that occurs to me that we did at that time that could have an impact on this is one of the steering lines was bad and they had a new one made, and I was also wondering if maybe the hose shop crimped it too much and it's generating a lot of heat, and then it's finally building up, and it just so happens that this is getting to be the weakest point. I'm not sure, but that's something I'm going to check. It's actually where it's leaking this time to start with is back here on the priority valve, this fitting all the way in the back. I don't know if you can see my finger, but way back in there. So we're gonna have to fix that first before we can do anything, because that is the main supply from the pump, and with it leaking there's really not a whole lot you can do. So that's going to have to be step number one. And then I think I'm also going to pull all of these out and double check and make sure that they don't have trash in them, because like I said, it's really odd that it keeps blowing the same line again and again. So we'll check that out. This doesn't exactly seem very good, but it looks like that's a newer hose, but it got bit by something. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do. But we're gonna work on this, and we're gonna get that, like I said, we're gonna start with the leak so that we can at least use it, and then I'll put it through some different paces and see if I can get that line to fail. I have a suspicion that it has something to do with steering, because it seems like it blows when they are driving it, and it does not blow when it's sitting running an auger. So the only piece of that would be different in my mind, is the moving the steering wheel. So we're gonna do some checking and see if we can't figure that out. They also said, I think it has a leaking brake line, but I'm not sure what exactly the story is on that, or if they fixed that. That one looks like a homemade affair, but it looks like it's been on there a while. So we'll have to figure all that out, because it's gonna leave here and it's gonna work. We're not gonna send it back with problems. The only other thing I noticed is it may be due for a steering box rebuild. It looks pretty oily, but that could just be the top cap. I don't know. But I'm a believer in things not leaking, especially in this case where this tractor is probably going to sit and run augers. So we don't want it to run dry and end up ruining something more expensive. But we've been through quite a bit on this tractor. I rebuilt all the valves one winter. I don't know. One thing I noticed the other day when he brought it is that the shifter here was not correct. It was pushed way past like the 1,000 spot. And I threaded the bolt in and pulled it back out. This is where it should be for 540. So that was just kind of floating in there. And some of the hired help said that they had trouble with the PTO once, and then the owner came and it worked fine. So I'm wondering if that thing was just kind of jumping in and out in there. But anyway, that's another thing we need to test, PTO, I guess, and make sure it's the way it should be. Okay, step one is going to be the ever familiar draining hydraulic oil out. And then we will see if we can salvage that line, like if it just blew an O-ring or something, or whether it's totally garbage and needs to be updated. I'm not sure if they make one of those fancy JIC adapter fittings for that side, but if they do, I'll probably go that route. So we'll get the oil pulled out, whatever's left, and then we will start tearing into it. All right, there we go. What are we gonna get? Yuck. Well, it's obvious that this tractor sits outside, isn't it? We've got clam chowder for hydraulic oil. That's enough to tell me that we're gonna totally service it here. Put a new filter in, which probably hasn't been changed since the last time I did it, way back 5, 6, 7 years ago, whenever it's been. Been a while. The last time it was here, I think, was when I did the engine and worked on the putting a different head gasket on it. But I don't think, I'm sure I didn't change this. I might have changed the engine oil, but I don't remember. That's kind of depressing, you know? It's really not too milky, but I just can't bring myself to put that back in. I don't know. Sure. Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah. That's what we want. Okay. Let's get the old fatness down in here. Let's go ahead and put this back in. I'll put our milkshake out of the way so we have more room. See if we can get this loose. Can we get there without taking a whole bunch of stuff loose? And I'm gonna bet that the answer is no. That's not the size. And knowing my luck, it'll be a size that I dropped somewhere along the way. 1 3/8, 1 15/16 or 5/16. Ow! That hose is ridiculous too. Okay. Is that not it? Well, what's it gonna make me do? Is it gonna make me strip it all down? Boy, I don't like that idea, but don't really know what I'm gonna do at that point otherwise. I could get this out of the way easy. I hate to disturb things because you see what's gonna happen then is we're gonna be disturbing a lot of things, because these fittings don't like to play nice. These original compression-y fittings. Well, let's see. It's not that. Let's just try every wrench we have. Okay. Well, this has to come out of my way because it is hurting me, finally. I keep cutting myself on it. 13/16, no. 3/4. Yes. 11/16. Yes. Okay. Stop. Good. The nice thing about this is I'm going to get totally drenched with drippings where I'm sitting, but there's really no way to do anything about it. Come on, come loose. There we go. Yay! A mess! Can we make it better? No. By the time we get it, it's gonna be empty. Sure, wind, yeah. Good, good. Okay. Now we need, this is what we need. Lots of room here, see? Lots of room to work. There. Trying also not to sucker punch myself in the jaw when trying to break these fittings loose, which I have done before. I probably had it coming. I'm mean to myself sometimes. Oh, yeah, yummy. I tasted that one. Sure. What fun times we have here. Yes, yes, more. Come on, more. We haven't made it miserable enough yet. Okay, yeah, that's fine. The second you finally get it where you can get it out of the way, it stops dripping. Sure. Come on off of there. Oh. Okay, this is in our way. Let's get rid of this sharp hose. That's out of our way. This is going to be out of our way. Somehow it will be. If we can just get our fatness up in here to get enough through. Come on. Yep. well, we'll just let that hang. We're nice and covered with oil now. 1 1/16, no. 1 1/8, yes. This is one I'm going to regret. I am going to regret taking this loose, because I can almost promise you that it will leak forever. But I can't even get it loose, so I'm going to have to switch to a different tool or something. It's obvious that that does not want to come off. So we're not going to disturb that. We're going to work around it somehow. And that somehow is probably going to be taking the... Oh, no. Okay, we're going to disturb that. What is this? 1 1/4. 1 3/16? No. Is it? No. Yes. Okay, there we go. Now we're making progress. Oh, mother trucker. Come on. It's like it doesn't want this. It wants to make me use every position of this wrench possible. Every possible whoop-de-woo. Yay! We love it. Come on. I love getting covered with oil. Come on out of there, you piece of hose. My buckets are getting full. I have to get something better. Come on. Not gonna do it. Uh-huh. What in the world is the problem here? Come on. Now, enough of this. We're going to just play this game called there we go. No. Jeez. Alright, well, here's our trouble on this end, why it was leaking. So, we can try to get a new O-ring that fits in there. I'm thinking that's a... Anyway, I'll find something. I'll probably order one. But like I said, I might just see about replacing this, because I'm not convinced that this has got a whole lot. Yeah, look at this. This is dry. I think it'd probably be better to just make it right. And so I'll get some parts ordered and then we'll come back to this. So I think we'll go ahead and call this a video. And don't forget that my merchandise giveaway ends on August the 22nd, which is a Monday. That's 2 weeks from when that other video aired. I'll link that other video up here. That's where you need to leave the comment to be entered in the drawing. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.